So, in Oblivion Remastered, there is a quest called Vampire Cure. In order to get this quest, you are going to have to contract a disease that is going to turn into vampirism. So if you've been to somewhere like Barren Cave to the east of the Imperial City, if vampires attack you, you're going to contract the disease. Then if you don't treat it for a few days, you are going to become a full-fledged vampire. And that's what you need to do to actually start this quest. And if we go to my magic tab, you're going to see that I've got a bunch of different effects that are active. And you'll see here, vampirism is one of them. So what you're going to need to do when you are a vampire is go to the map and you're going to head to the Imperial City, the Arcane University. Then what we're going to do is we are going to look for like the leader of the university. So that's going to be Raminus Polus. So if we talk to this person, when you are a vampire, you're going to have the conversation, the topic, cure for vampirism. If you've just got the initial disease, it's not going to work. You have to go and sleep for 3 days, then it's going to come up with this massive pop-up. It's going to basically tell you you've become a vampire. So if we now go into this conversation, and that is then going to add the quest Vampire Cure. So we now need to go and speak with Count Hasseldor of Skingrad. So we need to go to the castle. So what you do when you get to the castle is you follow the quest marker. You're going to speak to someone. They say that you need an appointment. So you tell them it's about the cure. And then what you have to do is wait in the lobby. Then Hasseldor, who is the Count of the castle, is going to come and speak to you. So just wait, do 24 hours, and it's going to cut that short when Hasseldor is ready to talk. And be careful with vampirism, because when you get stage 1, it's okay. You've got a weakness to fire. As it progresses and the disease gets worse, you're going to go through extra stages and you will start taking damage from sunlight. You won't be able to fast travel during the day, so you're going to have to do everything at night time, and it'll eventually get to the point where NPCs and merchants don't want to talk to you and deal with you. So if you have vampirism, I would try and get it cured as quick as you possibly can. So after you've spoken to the Count of the Castle, it's going to give you a new quest marker. So if we go to the map, it's also going to give you a quest update. We're now going to look for someone that can make a potion. So they're going to be over here to the east of the Imperial City. So we've now arrived at Drakelow, which is where the next part of the quest is. But before you get here, make sure that you get your hands on 5 empty Grand Soul Gems, because the woman that can make the cure for vampirism needs 5 Grand Soul Gems. They have to be empty. If they've got souls in, they're not going to do anything. So what you can do is you can go and speak to the woman in the Emporium in the Market District, and you can purchase some from there. But you're going to have to be careful with the merchants and stuff, because if you leave it too long, if you're waiting for vendors to restock, your vampirism is just going to get worse and worse and worse. So after you've spoken to the woman and given her the soul gems, she's going to tell you that she can brew a potion, but she's going to need 6 cloves of garlic, 5 nightshade leaves, 2 shoots of bloodgrass, but she also needs vampire ash, and she needs the blood of an Argonian. So first off, we're going to get Argonian blood. For this one, you need to talk to the woman that can brew the potion about how to get Argonian blood. She's going to give you an enchanted dagger, and then what we're going to do is we're going to travel north of Braville, and we're going to come up to the Veyond Cave. Now be careful when you get here, because there could be an ogre, I'm not sure on their spawns and stuff. But we're going to go into the cave. And when we are in the cave, all we need to do is find an Argonian. So if we come around here, here's 2 of them. And we're just going to stab one, and that's going to update the quest. So after the Argonian blood, we're going to head to the Gilded Carafe, which is in, if we go to the Market District in the Imperial City, then what we can do is come to the Gilded Carafe. You go up the stairs, turn to the right, and it's the second building in. And you'll see in Claudette's inventory, you can purchase 2 bloodgrass off her. Then what you can do to get all the garlic you need is come to the Imperial City Prison. And when you are here, from the top of the stairs, if we go down to the Legion offices, we need to make sure we're not going to be caught for breaking in. Then once we're in here, if we head to the back, on the shelf at the bottom, there are going to be 6 garlics that you can take. So if we grab all of those, that is that part done. Then what we're going to do to get the Nightshade is from the Imperial City. If we head southwest down to Skingrad, we're going to again from the stables at Skingrad head southwest, and we're going to see Fat Ramp Camp. If we go to the southeast side up on the hill, there are going to be 5 Nightshade that you can take. Then the last thing we need to do is, from the Imperial City, we need to head southeast to what's going to have a quest marker. And what we're going to do when we get to the quest marker is we're going to go into the cave, and we are looking for a specific vampire. So we are going to have a green marker, but it can be a little bit sort of like confusing to get around here. So what we're going to do is just keep making our way around this place. It's kind of there's one direction you can really go in, but you are eventually going to come across Hinderil, who is the strong vampire you need to kill. And there are going to be a few enemies in here, so prepare for a little bit of combat. But once Hinderil is dead, you can take the ashes. And again, you're going to get an update for the quest. So now we've got to go back to the woman. Then what's going to happen when you make your way out of there and you return to the woman? If we interact, we want to talk. You see the option came up to feed there because I think I'm like stage 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to talk about all of the different ingredients. And after giving her all of the ingredients, she tells you to wait 24 hours. So we are going to do so. And just be careful when you are waiting, because if you do this outside as it approaches the morning, you're going to start taking damage. And if you wait, you take too much damage, you will just come out of this waiting screen dead. So you'll see in the top left, we have the cure for vampirism. So now if we go to our quests, we still have one more thing to do. So she gave us 2 doses, one for me and one that we have to go and take to Castle Skingrad. So if you go to your inventory, you're going to have a cure for vampirism in the alchemy tab. So I am going to drink it. And then your other one is going to be, where is it? At the bottom here, in miscellaneous vampirism cure potion. Then when you return to the castle, you're going to speak to this person again. They're going to lead you to the count, and that's going to do the final step of the quest. So the end of the last step, I'm not going to ruin what happens, but you have to wait 24 hours after. So after you've done the waiting, you are going to be speaking to Count Hasseldor again, and there is going to be an option for reward. So if we click it, and at the top left, he's going to give you 5,000 gold for completing that quest. So once you're back out of the conversation, it's going to let you know that the quest has been completed. And that is exactly how you complete the Vampire Cure quest in Oblivion Remastered. A very long-winded one, but worth it in the end for getting 5 grand for it. And what we are going to do is leave that video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you out.